guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing extremely well, and today I have something very interesting and unusual for you guys, because I think you all know that I don't often talk about designer perfumes on my channel, but today I will. And the fragrances that we are gonna discuss are not just random designer perfumes. No. These are the most iconic and best-selling perfumes of all time. So we have Shalimar by Guerlain, Opium by Yves Saint Laurent, and Chanel No. 5. So you can see really hot stuff here, and my idea was to purchase the most legendary perfumes of all time and to see if they are still in or they are the fragrances from the past. So I'm gonna be very honest with you. I wanted to go for fragrances with story, the legend behind them. So I'm gonna tell you the story of each fragrance, and then we're gonna discuss all three scents, and in the end I might give you my favorite one. So if you're excited as I am, then please keep on watching. So guys, I thought that we will start with Shalimar, and first of all look at the bottle. I think that the packaging is so beautiful. It looks vintage and very luxurious, and it costs 62 euros, I believe. So first of all, let me tell you the story of this perfume. The House of Guerlain was founded by Pierre-François Pascal Guerlain in 1828, and he was the official perfumer to Queen Victoria and to Napoleon. Shalimar was first launched in 1921 and then relaunched again in 1925. The perfume was inspired by the love story of Prince Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal, the same love that inspired the building of the Taj Mahal. With the notes of bergamot, iris and vanilla, Shalimar is a perfume that will take you back in time to an age of glamour and elegance every time you wear it. So I love this story, it is very inspiring, and now let's talk about the scent. Like straight away I get a lot of citrusy notes. I definitely smell bergamot in here and a lot of other citrusy notes which are so beautiful, which are elegant, and there are a lot of different flowers as well. It is very opulent, it is elegant, and it's definitely the perfume that is classy in the best way possible. I'm not the biggest fan of truly classy perfumes because I just find them very old-fashioned. This one is not. I really like it. I think it's not overwhelming at all, because some people think that Shalimar is intense and very old-fashioned. My mom thought that actually, because she used to sell perfume back in the day, and I told her that I purchased Shalimar for a video, and she was like, why? It's not good, it's not wearable, she meant. And I was like, no, I tested and it's really nice. And then I sprayed it on her, and she was a little bit confused because she told me that it is not the scent that she used to sell. So I believe that they reformulated it. I think it's not like the original formula anymore, but I don't blame them. It's really nice. It kind of changes, and now it's powdery, it has the beautiful irisy side, and it is inspired by a Middle Eastern love story, and you can definitely smell some resins, like amber in the base. It's so sensual, and I definitely think that Shalimar is wearable. It is perfect scent for any occasion. You can wear day and night, summer and winter, to work, on a date, and I think it's more feminine than unisex, but still, if you're the man and you like Shalimar, maybe go for an intense version and you can definitely pull it off. So far I'm really liking Shalimar. It's a nice classy perfume from Guerlain. I love this brand very much. It's my favorite, and it is a huge inspiration for a lot of perfumers, because this is such a beauty that will never die. So that's been said, now let's move on to the second fragrance, which is Opium by Saint Laurent. The bottle is cute. It's actually very beautiful, not cute. And I had really hard times with this perfume. I wanted to purchase it for this video, but every time I smelled it from the bottle in the store, it was so heavy, like it smelled so heavy. And then I sprayed it on my skin and it smelled beautifully. So let me tell you the story first. The very name of this perfume caused controversy back in 1977 when it was first launched, and Yves Saint Laurent was even accused of condoning drug use. The perfumes had a mix of sandalwood, plum, and mandarin, though have ensured that despite the controversy over its name, it has remained a best-selling perfume ever since. So as I've told you, it is quite intense when you first smell it, but you definitely want to, test it on your skin because it might be the very best stuff you have ever smelled. So it is really heady, and I like how intense it is in the nice way. So firstly, when I spray it on my skin, I definitely get something juicy. I believe that is plum, which I adore. Of course, I get a lot of warm resins. And to me, the most outstanding notes are definitely resins, burning resins, myrrh or maybe incense, I don't know. And I definitely smell a lot of spices, really warm spices. And to me, this perfume smells like a very dark, beautiful palace where a lot of resins are burning here and there, and it's just such a heady mix. It is a perfect nighttime scent. So if you like to go out, if you're looking for the best beastie perfume that will last, that will attract people, go for it, but don't overspray it, because as I've said, it is a beast. It is a very intense. If you overspray it, it might be too much and people will get a headache, or you can get a headache of it, so be careful with it. But in the right dose, it is perfect. And I find this is a very iconic perfume. There is nothing pretty much like it out there. I don't know if this is the original formula. There are a lot of different flankers of Opium, but this one I believe is the most it's the most closest one to the original perfume, and I love it. I cannot always pull it off myself. Shalimar is much easier to wear, it's just extremely wearable. Now it's all about the flowers in Shalimar, like powdery floral notes. In here, it's definitely a nighttime perfume. Yes, it has a vintage vibe, but it's a beauty, it's an iconic perfume that that is a huge inspiration for so many perfumers who like to work with incense, and I find it is an outstanding incensey perfume, and to me it's definitely unisex, so man can easily pull it off and go for it if you love it. I think it's beautiful, it's very sexy, it's seducing, it's an interesting perfume, but be careful with the application, don't overdose it. And finally, let's talk about Chanel number 5. This is how it looks. The bottle is just stunning, and I think that every one of you has tried it, at least smelled it on somebody else, and I'm sure that a lot of people own it. And that's kind of like the minus of this perfume, that so many people own it and wear it and love it. So it's unique, but a lot of people have it, so you might smell like somebody else. So let me tell you the story, and it says that you will probably not be at all surprised to learn that the most popular perfume of all time is the timeless Chanel number 5, created by Ernest Boix and selected personally by Coco Chanel in 1921. The musky scent of Chanel number 5 has become recognizable throughout the world. Initially, only 100 bottles of the perfume were created as a gift for Coco Chanel's favorite customers. Today, of course, it's one of the best-selling perfumes in the world. In case you've ever wondered why it is called number 5, it's simply because that was the number of the sample bottle that was handed to Coco Chanel to test, and 5 was her lucky number. So now you know the story, and let's just spray it. I really like the sprayer, it distributes the product, the juice, so well, and You know, like in the beginning, well, this is Chanel number 5. It's so recognizable. In the beginning, it is all about aldehydes to me. It's kind of metallic, it's kind of like airy, it's beautiful. Like aldehydes is such a vintage note, and you know, like every time you smell, like every time I smell a perfume with aldehydes, I think of Chanel number 5, because you know, this is an aldehyde beast, but it's not about only just, you know, aldehydes. It is very fresh. It has kind of like a soapy element to it, but I don't mind that. I think that's because of the lily of the valley, and it is also about flowers, like maybe the rose, maybe the iris. It's just such it's just such a beauty, guys. I love Chanel number 5. You know, it's a beautiful perfume. It's an iconic perfume. It will be always an inspiration and the most classy and the most wonderful perfume of all time. As I've told you, a lot of people have it, a lot of people wear it. That's kind of the problem. But still, if you like it, go for it, because it's very, very pleasant. This is such an outstanding perfume with amazing projection. It is done right, and I think, or I believe, that this is the only one like perfume in the original formula of this collection. And I think that even though some people might associate it with the scent of an old grandma, because you know, it has been around since 1921, so you can see, but still I think it's classy and modern at the same time, and it will never go out of style, and it will be always, you know, like in. So Chanel number 5 is just, you know, the perfume that will never die, and it's just stunning. You know, it has a musky base, but you need to wait, because aldehydes and really kind of cold floral notes, they are the, you know, like the stars of this show. So guys, as you can see, I'm pretty much loving every scent of this collection, but I think it's time to say which one is my favorite and which one I would wear personally. Of these 3 most known, iconic and best-selling perfumes, and I want to smell them one last time. This is Shalimar, this is Opium, and this is Chanel. Well, to be honest with you, I cannot pull Chanel number 5 because it's a mature scent. Maybe when I'm gonna be in my 40s, I will adore it and wear it non-stop. Opium is the perfume that I can pull off, because, you know, I'm digging this perfume, but it's a little bit too intense and not that wearable. So I'm gonna go for Shalimar Eau de Toilette. It's just the perfume that is so classy, it's so pleasant to smell, and you know, it will make your day. It will just make your day. Everybody will enjoy it, you will enjoy it, and it's a pure elegance. Like, this is the pure elegance, this is pure seduction, and this is just the perfume that is just out of time. And Chanel number 5 is just, I think that people might like it, might hate it, but I personally love it, and I admire, you know, like the perfumer. He has done a really nice job. But for me personally, like at this point of my life, Shalimar is number 1, and you know, you can spray yourself with Shalimar like this and it won't be too much. It's just that pleasant. So that's for because of that reason I will go for Shalimar. And that, guys, completes this video. I really hope that you enjoyed watching it. This is definitely something very different from what I'm doing normally, and I really liked it. I really liked to play with these beautiful, classy and iconic perfumes. They are legends for a good reason. I don't hate any of them. Now, that is what I like, because I find that nowadays not a lot of designer perfumes have a character. It doesn't mean if it's a nice character or not, but I want something bold. I want something that smells complex, and that is the case with these 3 perfumes. I definitely recommend you to test them. That if you haven't, if you like designer perfumes and don't own any of these, then you are missing out. Definitely check them out. They are pretty stunning. And that was all from me. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. Let me know which designer perfumes I should talk about next and in which context you want me to do that. Maybe a battle, maybe like a favorites video, and I will be really happy to do that. And if you enjoyed watching this one, then please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you at my next one really soon. Bye.